Welcome, everybody, to the Bush and Me show. We are back. Week 1 is here. Been waiting a long time for this one since the Super Bowl. You got fantasy football draft. We had preseason. Everybody's fired up. New players and new teams. We got Week 1. Week 1 is here. For those of you that are new to the Bush and Me show, you might not know my co-host is a 12-year veteran, 2-time Pro Bowler, Super Bowl champion. You've had a couple Week 1s under your belt, some with new teams, some with your rookie year, some you were veteran on the Saints for a lot of these Week 1s. Tell everybody what it's like leading up to this Week 1, the anticipation, what's going on in all these players' minds out there.
Well, listen, first and foremost, football's back. This is like Christmas in September. Well, I guess you could say Christmas in August if you wanted to count the preseason, right? But all that preseason mumbo jumbo is behind us. The teams are set. Regular season is here. I mean, we're excited. I mean, this is every really football fan's favorite time of the year, especially if you're a sports fan. This is the time that you're really excited. The next 6 months, we're going to have football every single week. Thursday, Sundays, college football Saturdays. Obviously, you get college football Fridays. Obviously, you're going to get Monday Night Football. So, listen, football's back. We're excited. I'm excited. I know you guys out there who are listening are excited, man. Listen, there's a lot of new faces and new places, which is exciting to see. But as far as my experience going into Week 1, it's for real now, right? At the end of the day, like, you've done everything that you had to do come preseason. You've grinded. You've made the team, right? And now you get that playbook this week, and it's for real, right? So when you go out there, this is not about trying to find ways to, polish or brush up on your skills. Now every single game counts, and it's for real. And this is really a great time of the year just for some of the young players and some of the up-and-coming players to really make their mark on the league, and some of these veterans to go out here and continue to, be that strong presence on the field that they've been. But shit, it's Week 1 football, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see all my former teams, the Saints, the Dolphins, the Bears. I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. But it's Week 1 football, dog. It's here. We're finally here. We're back. Bush and Me is back, baby. Like we never left. You feel me? So I'm excited, dude. Like we never left, dog. We're here.
Yeah. A lot of expectations for a lot of teams with new faces, like you said. There's only 3 preseason games now. When you played, there were 4. So this week.
Now, whoa! You're showing my age a little bit.
You sounding old.
Like I am. Listen, when I played, there was 2 a days. When I played, there was.
I was gonna say when we played college, there was 2 a days. Now you get arrested. You try to have 2 practices in one day.
Right, or you're gonna lose a couple draft picks, whatever. Big Boss Hog in New York will bring those sanctions down on you. But listen. Yeah, man, it's here. It's three preseason games. You have a little bit less time to brush up. And, the coaches and the scouts and the evaluators, they have really less games to judge on who they're going to keep. So, everything just gets reduced. And, it's time to go.
And that's why this Week 1 is also kind of like an extension of the preseason. The bookmakers have trouble making lines in these games because it's based off of last year. It's based off of expectations. They don't know about the timing. Is everything going to work out? How's everything going to play out? So a lot of unknowns going into this Week 1. I'll give you a couple stats, though, that might help you out if you're making your picks out there. Mm-hmm. Large underdogs, so teams that are getting 5 to 10 points, covered 78% last season. They went 7-2. So when you're getting that touchdown, you look like a team like the Ravens this week are laying 10 points to Houston. Looks like they should win by double digits, right? Not so fast, because last year those teams like Houston went 7-2. The under is always key in Week 1. The last 23 years, the under has hit at 54%. Not a huge number, but it's more than half. Last year alone, though, the under, so low-scoring games, was 11-5. That's 69%. A lot of low-scoring games last year. Like we said, 3 preseason games. A lot of that first game is timing, working on some things. Not really opening up the playbook, just staying vanilla. A few key points for a few games coming up this week. Sorry, Eagles fans. This team that lost the Super Bowl the previous year, coming into Week 1, they have been 23-31 against the spread. That's just 43%. The Eagles are at New England this week, laying 4 points. So, sorry, Eagles fans, numbers aren't in your favor. Mike Tomlin. They say bet on Mike Tomlin. He is a home dog this week. As a home dog in his career, he's 13-5-2 against the spread. That means he wins 72% of those games. Mike Tomlin is a home dog to bet.
Who do the Steelers have this week?
San Francisco at home.
Ooh.
Yeah, it should be a good one. 2.5.
It should be a good game.
It's low, so they think it's going to be a close game.
Right.
Monday night, which may be the most anticipated game of the weekend, the new look Jets take on the Buffalo Bills in that divisional game. Aaron Rodgers in New York, baby. Rodgers is 6-1 as a home dog against the spread. He's only been a home dog 7 times in his long-ass career. And he's won 6 of those games. Now, Rodgers is also 2-0 straight up against Josh Allen, so it should be a good game. One you got to tune in on. There's some stats for you just going into week 1.
Oh, we're going to be tuned in because we got it. Again, we talked about familiar faces in new places, right? I mean, Aaron Rodgers spent all his career with the Packers. Now he's going over to the – I mean, listen, the Jets are a team everybody's talking about. There's a lot of excitement around these guys. I am super pumped to see how really he fits in this mold and how this team really rallies around him because this is a guy who is extremely, looked up to, within this league, obviously a great leader. So I'm excited to see how this young team in the Jets kind of really gels around A-Rod.
Should be fun to watch.
For sure.
Let's hop into our picks. For those of you that haven't followed us in the past, we each give out 3 picks, 2 picks, and then we add our best bet at the end. My co-host likes to go after all his old teams.
Yeah.
He keeps them close to the heart. You track them. I mean, they're probably the 3 best teams that you know. You still live in Miami. You got a place in New Orleans.
Whoa! Don't be putting
his address is. Come on over for the weekend.
Well, now listen. We're definitely going up north right now. I mean, we're going to talk about the oldest rivalry in NFL history. Green Bay is going into Chicago, and Chicago's getting a point in this game, and you got to be pretty excited about that because I believe that the Green Bay Packers do. They got some question marks. You got this brand new quarterback. You got these young receivers who had some flashy plays last year, but who was the quarterback? Aaron Rodgers was. Now, how are they going to gel when the bullets get real, right? It's not rubber bullets, it's real bullets right now come week 1. And, how are they going to gel with Jordan Love? I believe that they're going to have to really kind of rely on pretty much their offensive line in this awesome running back duo that these guys have up there in Green Bay. But you absolutely listen. I'm a Bear, so I'm definitely not giving no cheeseheads or the Green Bay Packers the opportunity to even say that they're going to win this game. I'm going for the Bears. Obviously, another huge question mark is Justin Fields. Is he going to take that leap this year? That's what everybody's looking to see. Like I said, this is going to be such an emotional game. This is really a great coming out party for this guy. You got weapons, right? Cole Kmet's coming into his own. You picked up DJ Moore, right? I want to see the leap that Justin Fields is going to make because how you play this game, wins and losses, a lot of the times really kind of fall on the quarterback. Obviously, you need a great supporting cast, but I'm excited to see this. Even if Green Bay was a clear better team, this is probably not a game that you want to go with me betting wise, but I'm going with Chicago for this one because I can't take the Green Bay Packers. But I think the Chicago Bears will have a good opportunity to get this first W.
Should be a great game. Chance to shout out my meesmoneymoves.com for those of you guys that don't know. Have a little side business, professional handicapping, meesmoneymoves.com. Check it out. I have a lot of Chicago guys there, and they always talk about, they remember Bushrod from the Bear days, and they'll love to hear you went with the Bears on that.
Listen, that's one that I'll never sway to the Packers, and I'll give you a disclaimer. I'll give you a disclaimer,
right?
Before I make the pick, but Packers and Bears, I'm going Bears every single time. I mean, I'd get crucified around any Bears fans if I even thought about going with the Packers. So I'm not doing that. Go Bears. Let's go.
Bear down.
Yes.
My first pick, I'm going to the great state of Ohio. Has anyone ever said that before?
No.
for a divisional rivalry game with the
Okay.
Cleveland Browns and the Cincinnati Bengals.
I
Now,
love
this
that.
should be a really good game. Spread's 2.5. Joe Burrow, a little banged up. Is he going to play? You bet your ass he's going to play. But how banged up is he? Is what we have to wait and find out. This is a divisional rivalry game, like I said. Divisional home dogs are hitting week 1 60% of the time. 64 and 44. Who's the divisional home dog here? The Cleveland Browns. So who are we going with? The Cleveland Browns. You guys might think I'm crazy. The Bengals are a AFC contender to go to the Super Bowl, maybe even win the Super Bowl. But like I said, Burrow's banged up, and Burrow's numbers aren't as strong as they may seem. He's 8-8 straight up against the AFC North in his career. He's 1-4 straight up against these Browns. 1-4. I didn't know it either until I looked it up. So look for them to be competitive here defensively. Give Burrow some heat. See how that calf's working. The Bengals are 12-2 against the spread their last 14 games, though. That's a strong record. Nobody does it better than that. But the Browns gave them one of those losses. The Browns know the Bengals. There's a lot of hype behind this Browns team. I think Deshaun Watson's going to finally come in his own and settle in and feel comfortable. Can I use that word with him?
Yeah, I guess so.
In Cleveland. And it's less than a field goal, right? So week 1, they dangle that carrot in front of you. The odds makers say, hey, here's Cincinnati, less than a field goal. Don't you want to take them? Take free money. They're baiting you to take them. I'm not falling for the bait. I'm going with the Browns and the 2.5.
I'm not mad at that, brother. But for this one, I'm going back to Cali. Yeah, you know what it is. Miami Dolphins, man. They're gonna skip the South Florida sunshine with a potential tropical storm, hurricane coming our way, maybe, and they're gonna head out west. And I'm not mad at that, especially LA is a really super smooth vibe out there. They got the Chargers, man, and you're really talking about, two young quarterbacks that are finding their way really in this league and continuing to, take that leap, especially for Tua. Like Justin Herbert has been pretty solid over the last 3 years. I think 94 touchdowns in 3 years. I think he has an incredible ceiling really for himself. Balling. And Tua last year, making noise, right? You get a coach who believes in you and Mike McDaniels, and then you get the Cheetah and then Jalen Waddle. Then you shore up this offensive line. But that's really the biggest issue for me going into this game, right? Teron Armstead, about 3 weeks ago in training camp, he gets a high ankle sprain. He's tough. I know him personally. I've played with him. Yeah, I've played. Yeah, lives right down the street, right? But really good friend. And I know how tough he is. I know he's going to fight to be out there, but this is a high ankle sprain. So this is what worries me if he tries to come back early, or they try to let him come back early. You don't want this guy getting banged up later on in the season, because if you go back and look at last year, the production on the offensive line was really how their season went. If the offensive line played well, if Teron Armstead was out there, the Miami Dolphins either won the game or they were competing at a high level. And that's exactly what you want. And that's exactly why you bring this guy in. But you're going up here, man, and you're going to face Justin Herbert, dude. Look at the receivers. Look at all the weapons that this guy has, okay? Obviously, Herbert, he's his weapon. He's the main gunslinger. Then you got Eckler, who's a threat in the pass and the run. Then you have Everett, Gerald Everett, that tight end. Keenan Allen, he's healthy, right? Mike Williams, he's healthy. Palmer, he's really showed up well for these guys last year. And then they have a first-round pick, another 6'4" receiver out of TCU, Quentin Johnson. I believe offensively this is going to be a really it's to me, both teams have really great offensive firepower, and they're really stout on defense. This is actually a game I'm really, really excited to see really shape out, because if Teron Armstead can't play, I'm a little worried about Tua. I'm not gonna lie to you. Austin Jackson is the right tackle on the other side, but if you don't have Teron Armstead being that anchor, I'm kind of worried about that offensive line versus Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa. Really, at the end of the day, the Chargers are getting 3 points. And if Teron doesn't play, I believe the Chargers are going to come away with this W. I hate to say it. I do believe in Tua. But when you look at both of these guys, I think defensively it's a wash. But if you can't have this guy comfortable back there, I think that's where the problem lies for the Miami Dolphins. I'm going with the Chargers.
My man keeps it real. He goes against his team, too. So that's why he's got the insight. Like you said, the guy lives right down the street from him. The GM lives in his neighborhood.
I'm not saying on here that
he's got his hand on the pulse. He knows what's going on.
I know a little something.
Inside scoop.
But Meehan, listen.
I like the over in that game. Over, high scoring.
You like that one? What is it? What's
50.5. So you figure even 20, 27, 24 gets you there.
I think it's going to be an exciting game. That's probably that behind the Saints game. That's the one I'm really excited to see this weekend.
Nice. I like it, and I like that you went against. I'm going to a game.
That's hard for me to do.
I know, but I'm saying you're keeping it real. Let's hope it's not when keeping it real goes wrong. I'm going to a game that might not be fun to watch, but based on my algorithm, my numbers, it says to take them. It's a very uncomfortable pick. I don't like it, to be honest with you, but the numbers say to take them. I'm fading a team that has high expectations. I'm fading a team that has a stud quarterback who's growing into his own. I'm fading a team that's 6-1 in their last 7 games coming into this year. I'm fading the Jacksonville Jaguars, which means I'm taking the Indianapolis Colts at home. It's one of these divisional rivalry maybe here games. But I'm taking the divisional home dog that's hitting at 60%, 64-44, just like the Browns. Trevor Lawrence, all those numbers I said, high expectations, even higher this year. 6-1 his last 7 games, but 4-14 on the road. It's his 3rd game ever as a road favorite. So the Jaguars are a good team, right? But they shouldn't be laying points on the road. It's only his 3rd game in his career ever. The other 2 were against the Houston Texans, both of them. And they only went 1-1 against the Texans, who the past couple of years have been abysmal. So the numbers say to take the Colts, right? I have nothing else besides that to back these Colts teams. My numbers here that I've looked up, none of them are positive about these Colts in week 1, about how these Colts do, about how these Colts, this is their 7th straight week 1 with a new quarterback starter. 7th in a row.
Really?
Richardson's raw, right? Richardson's a playmaker. What this reminds me of might not be comparable, but what this reminds me of, there's no film on him right now. He's going to learn as he goes. There was no film on Colorado last weekend, and look what they did to TCU. So I'm hoping that this could be the game plan here. There's going to be some big plays by Richardson. You know, the Colts team, they can still run the football. They can cover this 4.5 or 5. It's a weird number in the NFL. Why not make it 3 or 4? Why not make it 7? You let it hang in between there, and those teams hang around. They can backdoor cover, get a late touchdown. They lose by 3. They lose by 4. We still win. I'm taking the Colts in this.
You know, I'm not mad at that because Jacksonville has been a team that, like you were saying, they really did a good job last year towards the end of the season. But you just don't know what product is going to be out there on the field. You don't know if you're going to get good Trevor. You don't know if you're going to get good Jacksonville, right? So this is a team that has the pieces, but are all those pieces moving in the right direction, right? And they really did a great job towards the end of the season of really coming together and finding their way. I mean, that's an interesting pick for me, though, because it's like, you want a team like that to really rely on the things that they did last year. Like, you're establishing a different culture, right? You're establishing a different way of going in here and trying to win games, right? You have good quarterback play, and that's what it's going to take. So really, you got to eyeball Trevor Lawrence and see how he's going to really manage this game. First game of the season, you want to come out and make a statement, especially within the division like that. So I'm good with it. You know where we're going, baby. We're going to the Big Easy for Game 3.
This is the best bet of the segment of the show.
Yeah, you daggone right.
Best bet of the weekend. So let's hear it.
This is my best bet. And you listen, I'm gonna bring some good luck because I'm gonna be in the building. They quote unquote got me quote unquote legend of the game, so I'm gonna be in New Orleans. You feel me? I ain't even tell you that before the show. I want to kind of hit you with a little, you know what I'm saying, with a little surprise, you know.
I got book a flight.
You might have to. You might have to. You might have to. No, we gonna do it, man. But they're gonna show your boy some love before the game. I'm gonna bring my Florida Lee Rabbit's foot. I'm gonna have it on me. There's a lot of excitement. Obviously, I did some preseason work with Fox 8 down in New Orleans, so I got a really in-depth look at this team. I got to spend some time with them at training camp, and this is nothing on the Titans. I think they got a really good team. I like the quarterback. I blocked for Ryan Tannehill for a couple years until he unfortunately suffered a couple of knee injuries at my time in Miami, but I like the quarterback. Obviously, I love the running back. Who doesn't love Derrick Henry? And that's really a great matchup that we're going to have to see. The Saints have got themselves a new defensive line coach, so I'm really excited to see what that technique looks like against a team like this, right? A team like Derrick Henry that loves to utilize the outside zone, and a guy that big, right? You don't think he would move as fast or cut the way that he does cut, but he does a good job of staying on his tracks, right? So, really key matchup for me is Derrick Henry versus this Demario Davis and Pete Werner matchup, right? I think those two linebackers, I watched every single game from this team last year. I am a huge Pete Werner fan. Obviously, I love Demario Davis because he shows up game in and game out, play in and play out. But the biggest concern for me with this Saints team and this game is the offensive line. And you haven't heard me say that much, except going back to last year towards the end of the season. Saints really kind of struggled on the offensive line a little bit. They have a new left tackle, Trevor Penning. This guy, when he gets his hands on you, he can put you in the dirt. But that's
left
the thing.
Left tackle to ever play for the Saints, would you say?
What? Excuse me, say what?
Could be the best left tackle to ever play for the Saints, would you say?
He has quite a mountain to climb. He's got quite a mountain
over your shoulder.
I mean, I got a couple of them up here. Yeah, we're not going to talk about that right now, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see Derek Carr, how he leads this offense. Right, you have the weapons. Mike Thomas, he's getting back. He's healthy. I got a chance to see him. He's catching the ball well. He's getting back to his old self now. Is he going to be his old self? I don't know, because Chris Olave has kind of showed that he wants to step up and be in that number one position, and I don't blame him. But, I've listened to Mike in his interviews, man. He's taken a real mature approach about it, and that's what I love. That's the type of leadership that you're going to need really in that locker room if you want this offensive training, and if you want this team and this organization to really keep going. At the end of the day, dude, like I said, I'm worried about this offensive line because the Tennessee Titans can get after it. You understand me? They can get after it. And when you're talking about rushing the passer, Danico Archie, Jeffrey Simmons, right? You got Harold Landry, dude. He missed all of 2022. This is a dude who had 12 and a half sacks, I believe, in 21. So they got some special players on the defensive side of the ball. Offensive line is going to have to bring it. There is no AK. They do have a security I guess you could say a safety net in Jamal Williams. So when AK gets back, they're going to have a really nice 1-2 duo, but there is no AK. You don't have that threat. So you got to go and do it with Jamal Williams, who scored 17 touchdowns last year. He had over 1,000 yards. So this is a guy who can get it done. That's why they brought him in. They paid him a little bit of money, and now he's going to be the starting running back, especially for the first 3 weeks. So I think the Saints have a really great opportunity to get this ball rolling. And if you look at their record, none of the quarterbacks scare you. You just got to take care of the main thing, right, in New Orleans. And I think this is a good opportunity for these guys to really make a statement. Make me proud, right? I'm coming down there. I'm bringing some of my family. I want to see a win, man. I want to see a win. You feel me? Especially more than 3. All right?
Look at you. You do a little work on Fox for the Saints. You spitting more stats than me. I'm supposed to be the stat man.
Nah, man, I'm taking that, man. I'm stat man.
I'm proud of you.
I'm stat man. Look at me. I'm stat man now. Right?
Yeah, Saint stat man. That's good, man. And good luck on Sunday. Well deserved.
Appreciate
in the stadium. I like it. I like the pick. It's funny that they're still favored with all the changes, like you said, that are coming in, and Kamara not being there.
Yeah, here's the thing though. I really like the roster. Like, you got Derek Carr, who had an off 2022 season. Let's just keep it a buck, right? He had an off 2022 season, but Derek Carr is an upgrade. You understand? He is a big upgrade at that quarterback position. He's coming there and he's really won, really won the hearts of really the organization and this team. I mean, they made this guy a captain. Obviously, he's going to be a quarterback. He's your captain. So, he has to be a captain, right? If he's not, then something's wrong. But he's got the leadership, right? They have the pieces in place. The offensive line, dude, is really my issue right now. Like, don't leave Trevor Penning out there if Harold Landry's going to be screaming off the edge, right? Slide to him, get him a little help, right? Get him comfortable. And I got all the confidence that they will do that. So, and I love the revamped defensive line down there in New Orleans too. So let's see how it goes.
They're the favorites to win the division, but not by much. They're kind of getting disrespected by Joe Public and everybody out there, though. The casual fan, everybody's falling in love with the new look Falcons, right? The Falcons are going to be great. But I think these Saints are going to sneak up. They're going to hold their own. They'll win the division.
We'll see. Can't win it in week 1, but you can try.
Speaking of the NFC South, that's where I'm going for my best bet.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just I'm fading the team they're playing, right? I don't like the hype behind this team. I think they're going to have a big letdown this year. Fade the hype, right? So one of these quarterbacks had a Netflix show, one of the quarterbacks on the Netflix show. His name is Kirk Cousins. I'm fading the Minnesota Vikings. I just don't think the Vikings are that good. I think there's a lot of hype behind them this year. With Green Bay coming down, everybody likes the Lions in that division as well, but I think the Vikings are getting the hype. Their defense is bad. Their secondary is very bad, very susceptible. They have no pass rush, which is even worse if you don't have a good secondary. Is Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are they capable of winning this game? Probably not, but they're getting 6 points, right? So is Baker Mayfield capable of scoring some points against the defense when he's got some very capable wide receivers out there? I think that is where the value is going to be. They're going to score some points. They're going to keep this game close, right? Here's the biggest point. If you remember one thing about my best bet, remember this. The Vikings play the Eagles next Thursday night. Huge matchup in the NFC for them, right? Short week. So what is your goal this week if you're the Vikings? Beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Play as vanilla as you can. Don't show the Eagles anything out of your playbook. Stay healthy. Stay healthy. Get off the field. I don't care if we win by 1 point, 2 points, 3 points. Let's win and focus on the Eagles. I think Tampa Bay has a great chance of keeping this close regularly, but if not, they got a backdoor opportunity late in the game when the Vikings pack it in and the Bucs come down and score. Baker can throw the ball, come down and score, cover my 6, cash my ticket. My best bet. I actually love this spot right now because I think it's going to be a closer game than people think. Give me the Bucs and the 6 is my best bet of week 1.
The Bucs and 6. Yeah, listen. I'm not mad at that.
Hold on. And it's that carrot. And it's that carrot. They're dangling it in front of you.
It's dangling in front of you.
Not 7.
Right?
It's less than 7. Oh, I'll take Kirk Cousins. I fell in love with watching his family on TV. I'll take them. Less than a touchdown. Boom.
Really a good show, though. Let's.
I'm not hating on the show. I'm just
no. Really a good show. Really a good show. Tampa Bay is interesting, right? Because you have a quarterback who really has to prove himself, but you got every single weapon that you need. So this is a put up or shut up moment for Baker, right? Like I think this is the best offense, the most firepower he's ever had. Now you got to go. He has to have that protection. He's got to make the right decisions right down there in Tampa Bay. So yeah, listen, I like that pick, and I think that's going to be a good game. I mean, listen, every game's going to be good. Every team has Super Bowl aspirations right now. So, gosh, I'm excited. I truly cannot wait.
It's week 1. I'm excited.
I'm so excited.
Football. You know what's going to be funny, though, is about 2:30 in the afternoon on Sunday. Everybody's been waiting for the NFL, right? You get on Twitter, and you're going to see, oh, my God, I hate this guy. You're going to see so many people turn into coaches. You're gonna see so many people. It's like when it's wintertime and you're like, I can't wait for the summer, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, it's too hot out there.
Right. Well, listen, you can't. Here's one thing I've learned in life: you can't make people happy. And if you are an athlete or you are a sports organization, it doesn't matter what you do. If you win this week and if you win 10 games and you lose the next one, this person sucks. Everybody has something to say. This team is going downhill. Like I cannot wait to see the people on Twitter or X now or whatever social media. It's X, right? Or whatever social media platform you utilize. They're gonna voice their opinions, right? You can't make everybody happy, and people are going to be ready to claim Super Bowl after week 1, and people are going to be ready to have a terrible Monday because their team lost. So that's the ebb and flow of NFL season.
The love-hate, baby. It's back though. It's back. We're back. We got some good things lined up for you guys. We're gonna have some guests, some different segments. I'll have some segments with my Me's Money Moves. Might bring Junior on. Junior probably knows more football than both of us put together.
And listen, I have to lean on my son for a couple stats and a couple confirmations. Like, who is that?
That's where you got them stats from. Turn the camera around. Is he back there?
Yeah. No, he better be in that damn bed. It's 9:30.
All right. Well, we gotta wrap it up. We gotta keep it under 30 because people don't have good attention spans out there.
It's all
Thank
good,
you guys
man.
for tuning in. We're back. Football's back. Let's all get excited.
We out.
We're out.